What's going on, my friends? Welcome back to the RAFscents channel. I hope you don't mind. I decided to try a new background today. Probably won't stay around forever. I just wanted to do something different. I am here to share with you some really awesome news, though. This week, a discount website reached out to me and said, Jesse, we love your content. We would love to work with you as an affiliate. It is Jomashop.com. They are a discount website for everything from fragrances to apparel, jewelry, watches, sunglasses, you name it, they have an incredible selection. And part of this affiliate program, they said, Jesse, we want you to compile a list of your top 15 or 20 fragrances that we can make into a link, and you can show all of your viewers so that they can go on and purchase the things that you are wearing. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to bring you some fragrances from this list that I created, and we're going to talk about them, and hopefully if you like what I'm saying, you'll go and check some of these out. So stick with me because this is going to be really cool. All right, so before we start, I do have to give this disclaimer. When you click on the link in the description, it's going to take you to this list. I do get a small commission from it. I know that stands a little bit opposite of what I've done in my TikTok videos where I say I don't take commissions. Well, those instances had to deal with me endorsing or putting my name behind a specific fragrance or a specific house. I don't like to tie myself down to just one house or one fragrance. But Jomashop.com has everything from niche to high-end designers, affordables, and everything in between. And so I'm not pitching my name to a fragrance or a brand. I'm just pitching my name and my assistance and my direction to a website where you can go and get some decent prices. I don't think that's too much trouble, do you? So first up on our list is going to be a great niche fragrance, one of my favorites, Parfums Demarli Layton. Now, any of you guys that know me know that I strongly endorse this fragrance as one of the first purchases for anybody that's wanting to explore niche perfumery. It's got notes of apple, some vanilla, it's got some woody notes in there, making it really good at giving it an effervescent, sweet feel for fall and wintertime and possibly early spring. Now, Jomashop has this bottle listed at $225, which is a good price considering that retail you're going to be looking anywhere between $275 and $325 depending on the size of the bottle. 2 sprays get you 12 hours. And we also have to address one other little thing. Some people are going to say, hey, Jesse, I think I may know of a place where I can find it a little bit cheaper. But can you find it? I think I know a place where I may be able to find this cheaper as well. But the thing is, I've looked there many, many times and seen this fragrance sold out time and time again. But on Jomashop, you are going to find this fragrance. So get on it. I strongly recommend it. All right, next up we have an affordable gourmand for those of you guys that want to smell really romantic for a date. It has been rated as a 4.20 on Fragrantica. Nice. It is Halloween Man X. And Jomashop has this fragrance listed for $24.99. That's it. Such a great fragrance at a cheap price. Now, when I say gourmand, that means it kind of smells a little bit edible. It's got notes like cardamom, coffee, whiskey, cinnamon, tonka bean, amber, and incense. It is good for fall and winter, and like I said, it's very romantic. So spray this on when you want to go on a date. And when I say a date, I mean this is when you want to wear on a date with somebody that you're serious with. Don't wear this unless you're willing to tell that person I love you, because that's how good this is, man. So be looking for this. I think this is a great addition to any collection. It's best for the fall and winter time, or it can be worn in the springtime, but make sure you wear it in the nighttime. It's not going to be a very good daytime fragrance, but Halloween Man X, there it is. All right, for number 3 is going to be a fragrance. It's one of those that gets compared to Creed Aventus quite often, but it's got a little bit of a different spin. I think it can actually stand apart on its own. It is from Montblanc. It is Maltblanc Explorer. This is a citrusy and woody fragrance with some bergamot, pink pepper, vetiver, ambroxan, patchouli, and akigala wood. So this stands apart a little bit more from Creed Aventus because it doesn't have that sweet pineapple notes, so the bergamot is a little bit more bitter and a little bit more tame. It's the woody notes that stand out a little bit more in this one. So I feel that the Maltblanc Explorer is a lot more professional, and I do think it is office safe. Jomashop has it listed for $51 for this 100 milliliter bottle, which is a great price considering that if you go to any department store, you're going to be looking at like $95 for something like this. Mont Blanc is always been one of the most overpriced fragrances when it comes to retail stores. But I think this is, if you're going to wear it at nighttime, it can be used year-round. If you're going to be wearing it in the daytime, I think it's going to be more for the spring, fall, and wintertime. Summertime, it does kind of struggle a little bit. But 8 hours on my skin with this, oh, it is really good. I really enjoy it. So check this one out in the link. All right, here we go with fragrance number 4, and this is going to be an incredibly powerful clubbing fragrance from the house of Versace. It is Eros Flame. Now, I actually prefer this over the original Versace Eros. That one was made very famous with its 3 main notes of apple, vanilla, and mint. Now, this one does keep that vanilla vibe, but it loses the apple and mint and instead puts in things like lemon, mandarin orange, geranium, and some tonka bean and sandalwood. So it gives it a little bit more of a spicy feel. Jomashop has this one on sale. It is a 200 milliliter bottle for $79, which is huge for that amount of fragrance. And you can also even look into getting a smaller bottle of this because 2 sprays of this, listen, 2 sprays will get you 16 hours of use. And that is an easy 16 hours. It could go above to 18 or 19 hours if it's the right situation or right conditions. But this is a really good, very youthful scent. I myself, as a 38-year-old man, I do sometimes have a little bit of difficulty pulling this off. I mean, I don't really care. I'll still wear it anyway because I want to. That's what we do, right? But teenagers, younger adults, college-age people, they're going to find it a lot more easy to wear this. And so Versace Eros Flame, be sure to pick up a bottle of this. Like I said, it's in the description below. So here we go with number 5, and I'm going to be quite honest, this one is not one of my favorite fragrances. I do enjoy it to a certain point, but it is a dated fragrance in my opinion. The reason I'm including it on this list though is because folks who are not as knowledgeable in the world of fragrance and need something more mainstream to go with, they can turn to this and find success in getting compliments. One of the most popular clubbing fragrances of the 90s and 2000s, it is Paco Rabanne 1 Million, the OG. Now, it still has some really good vibes to it. It's got mint, some mandarin orange, some cinnamon. It's got some amber and some leather in there as well. But there are some spicy notes in here that just really, really pack a punch. And man, I'm still getting in. I sprayed one thing and it's just going straight up into my nostrils. But this is still to this day one of the most sold fragrances from Paco Rabanne, and there's a reason for it. It's kind of like, you know, people give Dior Sauvage a lot of crap because everybody seems to have it, but there's a reason that everybody has it, is because it smells pretty good. And the same thing is true for Paco Rabanne 1 Million. And it is a pretty affordable fragrance, and you can find it here for 100 milliliters on Jomashop for $65, which is definitely a good price, especially when you compare it to the retail price that you're going to pay around $98 to $100. But Paco Rabanne 1 Million, if you're not very knowledgeable in fragrances, if you're just getting your feet wet, I think this is an easy buy for you. Okay, so check this one out. For number 6, we're going to go with the House of Tom Ford, and it is one of the most popular ones in his private line, and it gives some really good bad boy vibes. It is Tom Ford Tuscan Leather with some leather notes, some suede, some amber, some woody notes, and a good little hit of raspberry on the top. Now, this is a pretty expensive bottle, so you got to be ready for it. But it is oh man, it is worth every penny of it. So on Jomashop's, and I just got off, here it is. For a 50 milliliter bottle, this one's a 30 mil, but for a 50 milliliter bottle, you're going to be looking at about $225. Now that's a pretty standard price across the board. Tom Ford is not known for having their fragrances on discount websites, and if they happen to show up there, they're not going to be very discounted at all. But this is a very powerful and very spicy leather scent that is immaculate. You're going to get about 10 hours when you spray on this fragrance. It's definitely for cold months, but it smells like a leather jacket that's just been worn down with some age, but in a good way. You know, it's just kind of broken in. But this is a really, really good fragrance to pick up, and it's one of the 3 most popular from Tom Ford. That's Tuscan Leather, Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, which is actually on this list as well, and Tom Ford Oud Wood. So check it out, you know, Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. Boy, that ending sucked. And for the last fragrance on our list, it is one of my favorites of all time from one of my favorite designer houses. I would dare say this is in the top 5 fragrances in my entire collection. From the house of Dior, it is Dior Homme Intense, and I'm telling you, it is absolutely breathtaking. This is a love it or hate it fragrance for a lot of guys because it is very heavy on the iris, but it's sweetened with some pear and has some undertones of some cedar and lavender as well. It just brings it all together into this really smooth, romantic, and elegant type of fragrance. Some people actually compare it to smelling a little bit like makeup, like lip gloss or something like that. But I think this is incredibly, incredibly awesome. I wore this to a couple of weddings, and I'm going to continue to wear it when I think it's a really important occasion. Jomashop, they are selling it for $111, and that's about on par for where you're going to find a 100 milliliter bottle of this anywhere else online. And so be sure, it's not a bad idea to go down to the store and kind of sample it before you buy it, because like I said, this is it's not for everybody. I think it's a little bit easier to like than some people tend to believe, but just to be safe, go ahead and spray some on your skin first and then make up your mind what you think. But for me, I cannot go without having this fragrance in my collection. And there we are, guys. These are only 7 fragrances from my list there on Jomashop. I really, really do implore you, if you get a chance, go and check out the link below. I'm really wanting to take this YouTube venture to the next level. I want to create so much and bring you guys so many awesome things and so much cool content. And one of the best ways to do it is to make a couple pennies where I can. But when it comes to selling fragrances, I know what I'm doing, and I promise you, you are not going to be disappointed by shopping from that link. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your love. And just know that I have all of the love and respect for you guys as well. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.